Friends, it's Michelle with Women of Whiskeys. Thank you for joining me today. So in this video, I wanted to talk about the 3 things that I wish I knew when I was a whiskey beginner. Coming into the whiskey community, especially as a woman, can be very overwhelming. So, you have this community of people with all this knowledge, and there's so many types of whiskey and so many opinions on whiskey. And there's $10 whiskey and $5,000 whiskey and bourbons and ryes and scotch. It's exhausting. So, I wanted to share 3 things that I believe would have helped me in the beginning of my whiskey journey that I would like to share with you. So, first thing I wish I knew as a whiskey beginner is that there's no wrong way to drink your whiskey. There isn't. You can put it in a cocktail. You can drink it on ice. You can have it neat. You can put it in a chilled glass. There's all different ways to enjoy your whiskey. So, for me, I started out mixing my whiskey. For me, it was in Diet Coke. And I did that for quite a while, just getting familiar with it. Gradually, I put it on the large ice balls in a glass. And there was some that I very much liked that way. And there was others that the ice just took away all the notes and I got slapped in the face with alcohol, like ethanol. And then gradually I started going into neat in a glass, learning how to nose the notes and then sip it and pull different flavors out. However, it's not one or the other. It's a matter of preference. So for me, there's some whiskeys that I prefer neat, most now, but there's also some that I like to throw over ice. It changes that profile and chilled is sometimes welcome to me. So it's not one or the other. It's all preference. There's no wrong way. I just hope that you all remember the best way is to drink it with your friends. So drink your whiskey how you like it and experiment with that a little bit. So the second thing that I wish I would have known as a whiskey beginner is that not everyone is judging me. There's a wealth of knowledge in this community, and it's okay to ask questions. I was very timid when I first started this journey. There was, it's mostly male dominated in the community, and I didn't feel like I had a voice. I felt like I had to be something that I wasn't. And the bottom line is, no one was judging me. Well, most people weren't judging me. They wanted to help. They wanted to share their experience, answer my questions. And, they had so much to give, each person something a little different, and they wanted to, and they welcomed it. So not everyone is judging or wishing that you weren't asking questions. Ask your questions. A few years ago, I was very lucky to meet a group of people from this community and some very successful YouTubers in the whiskey community. And they took time to answer my questions and make suggestions. Jason from the Mash and Drum, he took time to find out what notes I was liking because I didn't know. He said, "What do you like?" And then he would make suggestions of similar profiles. And I'm going to link his channel in the description as well as a couple of other ones. Off the top of my head, Dan and Sean from the Bourbon Junkies. Now, they were instrumental in the beginning of my journey. There was absolutely no judgment, a little bit of entertainment, and they would spend a lot of time with me making suggestions, giving me different things to try. And, and then watching videos, I learned a lot there as well. Probably the most fun was Sam and Bobby from I Whiskey, She Wines, a husband and wife, husband trying to get his wife to have an open mind about whiskey. Sounded kind of familiar, was kind of down my alley. And Sam and I started our journey with whiskey about the same time. So it was fun to walk that path with someone, not to mention they're just downright good people. So again, I'm going to link some of those channels in the description. Go check them out. Learn from them, laugh with them. And if you like them, do a little subscribe to their channel. So anyway, so the second thing was not everyone's judging me. The third thing that I wish I would have known as a whiskey beginner is that my taste was going to change. My preferences, my profiles that I liked, my palette, it changed and evolved over time. So, you know, I couldn't close my mind off to things. So in the beginning, my holy grail was Michter's small batch. It was just sweet enough that I could drink it neat. I told all my friends about it. It checked all the boxes, and I drank it all the time. You know, sometimes I'd switch it up with a little Henry McKenna or the regular old Woodford Reserve. Um, One that I still very much enjoy is Eagle Rare. That was one of my first starter bourbons, and I still drink it on a regular basis. But my point is, you know, as I started to try different things and think outside the box, that Michter's, it's still good, and I still go back and revisit it, but it doesn't ring all my bells anymore. So, you know, don't be afraid to try those new things. Get out of your known profile and try something a little different. And if you don't care for it, that's okay. Just put it aside, revisit it later, and and just keep letting that palate evolve a little bit. You know, for me, I am not a huge Scotch person. It's not a surprising thing. People know this about me. However, I'm now starting to try different Scotches, and there have been a couple that I do like. So again, revisit those things that you think you don't like because your palate will change. So, to round it off, my three top things that I wish I would have known as a whiskey beginner is one, drink it how you like it. There's no wrong way, and there's not just one way. Number two, most people in this community want to help you with your journey. They're not judging you. And number three, keep your mind open to different profiles and different things. Try it all, give it all a shot, then go back and revisit those things. So anyway, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. Again, it's Women of Whiskeys, and we do go live every Wednesday night. So if you like the content, please hit the subscribe button and the little bell notification so they'll remind you when we're coming on. Every Wednesday, 8 p.m. Pacific time, 11 p.m. Eastern time. And once a month, the fourth Wednesday of the month, we do Criminals and Cocktails. So if you like true crime, make sure you check us out on the fourth Wednesday of the month. Thank you everyone for hanging out with me, and I will see you soon. Remember, drink it how you like it. Drink it with your friends. Bye all.